I don't think anybody in particular. Just, all I've seen is our team without him through OTAs and now a couple of days of camp. So just excited to see the physicality of the practice and how we respond day one.
What are you allowed to do today in pads and not allowed to do in pads?
We won't tackle to the ground, anything of that nature, but we'll be physical. And, I think the NFL has done a good job of limiting some drills and different things as far as player safety goes. But, just put them on and be more like real football.
How are Valentine and Reddick?
Yeah, Valentine should be good here shortly. And Reddick, he had a minor procedure, and it'll be a few weeks.
DJ Swearinger yesterday?
DJ, pretty much day to day. Yeah, nothing major.
What do you see from Dennis Gardeck, and he might be a guy that has to fill in there?
Yeah, he's a guy who really showed up during the spring, flying around, made a name for himself in this organization on special teams last year, and really stepped up at some position work in the spring. And I think everybody's excited to see what he can do with extra reps and going with some of the ones at times. And, he's a guy who shows up early, extra hard worker, very football intelligent. So we're all anxious to see how he handles this.
Can I ask you about Tyler Sigler, the rookie out of Wheaton College, how he made the roster and how he's doing?
I like Tyler. He's kind of unknown, I think. I don't really know how he got here or got there or anything. I haven't asked those questions, but big physical, athletic young man, smart. Dad was a coach, and we've liked what we've seen so far.
Do you subscribe to the notion that there are guys who look really good in shorts but don't look really good in pads and vice versa?
I think there could be some of that. I think at this level, if you look good in shorts, you're here for a reason, and usually it can carry over. But you do want to see the physical aspect come out.
When you look at the fourth, fifth, sixth receivers, how much special teams involved? And you look at guys like Demir Bird and Harold Cooper, where they can kick return and punt return. How important is the teams?
That could be the deciding factor when you get to those numbers. We feel like we have a lot of really good competition in that position right now, and it comes down to how do you differentiate yourself at the end of camp.
What did Reddick get done?
It was a knee, a scope. So we feel fortunate that we'll have him back. Just will be a few weeks.
A couple of your offensive assistants this spring said how invigorating and fun it was in shaping this offensive playbook, everybody having input. What was it like for you, and how did you conduct those sessions? Can you take us behind the curtain a little bit?
Yeah, I think when you first get there, you're kind of sitting around, no coaches are hired, and you're looking like, all right, where do we start? But once we started getting those guys hired and getting them in, it's a group with a lot of experience in the NFL, and they've had a lot of success at different places. And I knew what I wanted the base to start as, and then I wanted their input and their ideas. And hey, what works in this league? What have you seen work? Can we do this? Can we not do that? And I wanted to be collaborative, and it was, and we're still working through it, and we'll use training camp to kind of fine-tune what we're going to be and take it from there.
Were they willing to tell the head coach that's not going to work? We don't think that works.
Yeah, I don't think at first they wanted to tell me, but I think they understood, like, hey, I'm not, one of these guys who's going to yell at you for trying to get it right. I want to get it right and get to that place, regardless of how it's done. And so if this isn't working or we can't do this, let me know, and we'll try it another way.
How important has Tom Clements been to you, then?
Phenomenal. I think, he's got such a great wealth of knowledge offensively, and then with, his work with his quarterbacks, the legendary players he's coached speaks for itself. And he's a very calming presence in that offensive room. And if I start getting newfangled ideas all over the place, he'll bring it back down, and is what I need and what Kyler needs as well. He's a great sounding board for Kyler. Their interactions are phenomenal, and we're very fortunate to have him.
How do you guys split up the coaching and the quarterbacks?
How we split it up? We just kind of work off each other. I think there's times where I can't be in there and have to do things or have to look at another drill, and I have full confidence in what he brings to the table, his knowledge, his wisdom, and so do the other quarterbacks, and it's been a great relationship.
How happy are you for A.Q. Shipley that he's busted himself back and he's in pretty good spirits and shape?
Having been here, since January, day one, he was in the building, and I didn't see him leave the building, I don't think, all offseason. So he's worked his tail off. Great leader, great player, and you're definitely excited for him because you know how hard he's worked.
What separates him from maybe some other guys on the line or on the team?
Yeah, I think, he's a veteran who's played a lot of football, so there's an air of confidence he carries with him. He sees things quickly, he diagnoses quickly, and I think that's a big strength of his.
How important is that for Kyler?
It's big. We feel like we have, like I said earlier in the week, 2 starting centers, and so to have 2 guys that can get things called and get it diagnosed quickly really helps a young quarterback.
You look at T.J. Logan and D.J. Foster, obviously guys that can play on teams. Logan had a nice run. Is that what you're looking for, to get guys in space when it comes to your offense?
We'll do whatever it takes to try and move the football. You get guys like that who have that dynamic speed. You'd like to get them in space as much as possible and let them run. But we want to get the backs involved in a myriad of ways.
That snack break halfway between practice.
It's halftime. It's not a snack break. But I appreciate y'all coining that.
What's the mindset behind it? There's science behind it?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is player safety, hydrating, and keeping those guys fed. And then also, I want to have a quick pause, and then how do we pick up in the second half of practice? And so practice really coming out of halftime and finishing practice strong.
David Johnson's been known for his work ethic. Have you noticed examples of that? Anything stand out about the way he prepares?
Yeah, I think anytime we don't use him on special teams, obviously, but anytime there's a lull in practice or anything, he's jogging over, hey, what can I do? He's hopping in the drills. I mean, he's a guy who's always looking to get better, and that rubs off on the rest of the team, but his work ethic is phenomenal.
Do you get a sense that he's motivated to be looked at as a star running back again after a couple seasons where he's been down a bit?
I think he knows what he is. He's had a couple tough injuries and some different things that have been unfortunate, but he knows how good he is, and he knows what it looks like when he's playing at his best and being utilized in that manner, and that's the way I've seen him carry himself so far.
How does Isabella look on special teams?
He can do some things with the ball in his hand for sure. He's got great game speed, so any of those cover teams, he's got a shot. Had a great career at it in college, and we'll see where he fits in the mix.
You say anything to Byron after he knocked down Larry yesterday?
No, I think he was already petrified, so we just let that one go. No, those guys, they know it comes with the territory, and he's just playing hard and doing his job.
You don't have a motto that's plastered all over the building or on T-shirts. Is that by design? Have you ever had it, and why not?
Yeah, at this point, we're working through our team and developing who we're going to be, and so I didn't come in guns blazing and trying to lay down some law that wasn't in place. Wanted to get to know the players and figure out who we're going to be and who we are as a team, and once we get closer to the season, we'll get to those things.
When you address a whole team, do you take a different approach than you did at college?
I think it's similar, but probably not as much screaming and yelling at kids missing class or skipping lunch, which definitely helps. But no, I enjoy the professionalism of the staff and of the team. And these guys are pros, and they know why they're here, and so I try to treat them accordingly.
What's Swearinger got?
Soft tissue of some sort, but shouldn't be long.
First day in pads, do you get the sense you might have to hold some guys back because they're anxious to hit?
Always, and that's why they're at this level. And those defensive players have been clamoring to get them on and see what it's really all about.
How about Sweezy? He's a guy you got to keep your eye on today?
Yes. Yeah, he's got an aggressive nature to him, which is what you want. That's why he's been so successful in this league.
Lisa Matthews, Darren Urban here with you. And the news coming out of Cards camp Saturday night, Robert Nkemdiche has been released, no longer an Arizona Cardinal. And Darren, it's not so much a shock, but still a disappointment. First round pick for the Arizona Cardinals in 2016, and really just all the potential in the world, but it just never panned out for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, with everything that's happened and the 3 years that he had spent with the Cardinals, it's really not a surprise to see him moving on. I think they were hoping last year, after he flashed a couple times, that would be some building blocks. Obviously, he tore his ACL, and that wasn't to be. And now I think that this team needs to kind of look where the defensive line is. I'm not so sure that they were really counting on Robert Nkemdiche anyways, given the ACL tear But you've got Corey Peters, you got Rodney Gunter, you got Darius Philon as your starters. Zach Allen's, I think, off to a pretty decent start in terms of his first camp as a rookie. So hopefully they can build on the defensive line with what they've got.
Well, there'll be a lot of different moves throughout camp, shaking out the 53-man roster. This one, again, not a shock, but disappointment nonetheless.
Hey, just quickly on Haason Reddick. Coach said he's out for 6 weeks with this knee injury. How does that affect you guys, what you need to do?
It does not right now. He'll be back for week 1, so that's the most important part. You're going to have guys get nicked during camp. We understand that. Next guy up, so it's a great chance for a young guy to get some reps.
Coach, tell us about yourself. I mean, we see you're talking just as much as the players out there.
Myself?
Yeah.
Well, nothing special, I guess. I'm just here to coach the defense and do a good job. We have great players. We have a great staff. Steve Keim's been great to me. K2's been great to work for. So I'm looking forward to playing great defense for this football team.
Kliff has said multiple times that you're the head coach of the defense. Yes, you are, because you're calling plays, but I guess he considers you like his right-hand man when it comes to running this team.
Whatever he needs, I'm here for him. Obviously, he's the head coach. I've done it before. Hopefully we can have better results with K2. But he's been great. He's so humble of a person. He's been a head coach before. I mean, he's in full control. But that's his personality. He's so humble. Everyone sees it. He's just being himself, and we want to win for him.
Vance, when it comes to Trill, will he be a more effective player if you kind of monitor his snaps throughout games and maybe limit them?
I'm not sure. He's in great health right now. He's practicing full speed. He wants to play. Obviously, this is 17th season, so we got to be smart with him. But he's still a force. We watched the tape in the spring, and he's got a lot left. Mm-hmm. He's at home, obviously, so he's motivated. He wants to win for this football team. So it's a good problem to have. 2 edge rushers being a 34 defense. The methods of winning football games. I mean, he's been in the league 17 years. He's been in the playoffs. He's been in big games. He's got some rings. So, I mean, you watch our young guys around him. They're definitely picking his brain and they're following his lead, and he knows that. I mean, he's very aware of his standing on his football team.
Who's the loudest player you've coached?
The loudest player I've ever coached, as a rookie, probably DJ Swearinger. He's calmed down some since I had him in Houston, but I've coached multiple players that are really loud, and it's a fun game. It's an emotional game, so I don't mind that.
Vance, how important is it for your rookie?
That's important. Obviously his job as a NFL corner, it's a big job, and he's also playing the slot corner for us. That's a cross between a defensive back and a linebacker. So he has a big job for us. Obviously, the first month and a half of the season, I mean, he's going to have a chance to play and help us win. But he's a smart kid. He wants to play well for us. Obviously, he's having some ups and downs in practice. That's a good thing, Have him now, rather than later. So he's fully engaged. He wants to be good.
Yeah, it's good. Stay in pads. What did you think? It didn't seem like there was a lot of it.
No, it was good. It was safe. Our guys are smart. We're taking just stud and frontal shots. Not being cheap, but it was physical. It was a good practice. Our main focus obviously is to stop the run. That's a main focus for our defense, and obviously in the pass game, not give up 9 balls. Between stop and run and keeping the vertical balls off you're going to play good defense.
What's it like having to scheme up Kyler every day?
It's tough. It's different. Obviously with the 4 wides out there and the quarterback run element to it, it's different. So you're going to have a plan for it. You can't just free call plays and expect to stop this offense. So it's been a challenge.
So we've seen you in a lot of nickels so far in practice. Is that because the offense is running, or is that something you think you'll use a lot in the season just because that's the way the NFL is?
Well, obviously it's 3 and 4 wides out there. So matchup reasons, you got to have nickel out there, and that's going to be the problem when you're facing this offense. It's how do you play this offense? You can't really play it in your base because of matchup problems. When they got 4 wides out there, you truly need 4 guys who can cover 4 wide receivers. So again, it's going to be a challenge to prepare for this offense.
We were talking to Tyler Sigley this morning. He was mentioning that he transitioned from quarterback to just like you did. Have y'all had that conversation about how you guys both did it?
Absolutely, and that obviously helps him. He's a very, very smart player. He gets it. He's played some corner in college, so he's very comfortable covering tight ends and slot receivers. But absolutely, playing offense your entire life, you get what the offense should do and what they can or cannot do, and that's important.
Vance, how are you going to balance getting reps for Patrick those first 6 weeks?
We have a plan for that. Right now, we're just practicing like Pat's going to be here. Obviously, moving forward, we have to adjust some things and see other combinations of guys so we can get ready to play a game. But right now, he's a part of making our defensive culture right now. So to have him out there really helps us. Even though he's not going to be there for a month and a half, he's helping us establish a winning culture right now. So it's important to have him out there.
Vance, if you guys go fast on offense and need to play some more snaps defensively, do you have to do anything to manage that as the defensive coordinator, knowing you might play more?
No, we don't care about that. When our numbers call, we're going to play. Our main focus is to win first down and obviously dominate third down. So if we play 40 to 60 snaps, right, that's not a concern for us. It's our job to win third down. So we can simply limit the snaps we play by winning third down.
Have you been surprised by anything you've seen from Jordan Hicks as far as first impressions?
Oh, well, he's very bright, first of all. He's an experienced Mike backer. He's still young, but he brings a high football IQ to our defense. He's our quarterback on the field. I'm talking directly to him with adjustments and certain keys that we have to go through for certain plays. But he's very smart. He's got great ball skills, and he can play first, second, third down as a Mike backer, and that's important. Playing these offenses now in the NFL.
RPOs have become more commonplace in the NFL. What's the key to winning the games for you guys?
I think having a plan for it, obviously, but RPOs obviously compromises the linebackers for the most part, playing their run gaps and playing their pass coverage. So you have to play more man to stop it. And the guys who are playing run, they simply play run. And the guys who are playing pass simply play pass, right? It's been around a long time, so obviously it's become a trend right now in the league, but it's been around forever. And obviously playing some match mans and some different form of coverages obviously helps that.
How would you describe Kliff? I heard you have a nickname for him, K2. Is that
K2, yeah. He's, I would say he's humble. He's humble. Everyone sees that, even the players sees that, and that's important. Just for him being himself. That's what players want. They want you, right? And they respect you. Right? They want to win football games, and that's his job. That's my job. But he is so humble. He's in control of the offense and the football team. He's very, very bright. So I'm looking forward to growing with him.
He works so heavily with Kyler. How often do
We meet every day on the defense. About what he wants to see. And obviously he can help me and I can help him, so we meet every day about defensive personnel, about defensive scheme, and it's a great conversation because there's certain things I don't know about his offense and about NFL football. He wants to find out, so it's great conversations daily.
When you lose an inside linebacker like Haason for 4 to 6 weeks, does that slow down the progression of the inside linebacker dynamic, the chemistry?
It does not. In my opinion, the inside backer group is very, very deep. We've got some young guys. They all run 4.5 or 4.6. They all bright. So that's NFL football, right? You're gonna lose people now or later. So that's part of the deal. But that's one spot on our defense that we're really deep at. We've got guys who can play, just waiting to show what they can do. So I'm excited to watch Dennis and all those guys get a chance to play.